Hi, welcome to Whiteboard Budgets, where we believe money doesn't have to be complicated. In today's video, we're going to talk about the time value of money and the principal future value, what today's dollar is worth in the future. Now we're going to be working with Google Sheets. I believe in using every free tool possible. That's good, and Google Sheets is a free tool. If you have Microsoft Excel, by all means, go for it. I prefer Excel. However, this just makes the most sense to use this Google Sheet. Now in the description below, I'm going to be putting this sheet so that way then after this video, before or now, you can go grab it, and you can also do your own playing around with financial planning and strategy for the future. Then I'm also going to put in the description Investopedia's time value of money excerpt and their whole discourse on the time value of money and how you use time through exponential growth and the leverage of time in order to grow your dollar further into the future through interest rates. And that's pretty much the core principle of what we're going to be discussing today is using the power of $1 raised to an interest rate over time equals a total amount of money. And you can see here on my spreadsheet, I got 3 different common accounts or savings accounts, as I would put them. Savings methods, maybe, is how we can say it. But we have our standard savings account, a high yield savings account, and a brokerage, which we're going to be using in today's video, the FNILX from Fidelity. No condoning this or anything like that, just more, I know it's a zero interest large cap index fund, mutual fund index fund that's out there that you can buy on the market. And so we're going to use this because it has an expense ratio of 0. No sponsorship here or anything like that, just pulling this one out because I'm comfortable with Fidelity. So what I want to do is go and grab those interest rates. I want to break down these 3 principles here for the payroll, the years to retirement, current savings, and all of this is going to feed into our future value equation down here later on, which I will explain, and a breakout here so we can see it. And then what you'll be able to do with this information is take it and run. You can go find any account out there that you want to explore, and it will tell you, hey, here's your potential landing of where you're going to be for your retirement. Now, before we dive in, I just want to preface that I am not a financial advisor. This is all free information that I've gathered and that I have my opinions on. And so I'm just sharing it today. And if you agree with it, great. If you don't, great. You can just let me know in the comments and we can discuss financial planning because that's what I love to do. So let's start up here and just explore future value and get these fields out here to understand why it's great to have a higher interest rate, essentially, and what also is great to have a good balance of an account to ensure we're not over leveraged in a volatile environment. So starting here with standard savings account, I just went to the internet, found that Bank of America has on the high end a 0.04%, which is almost laughable, but considering that they're loaning out all that your money, 0.04%. High yield savings account. This is where I went to Google and used Gemini, and here it is, 3.5 to 4.15. Citibank, 4.10. So we'll just stick with 4.15. Let's go on the high end for these guys. Okay. Now, brokerage, S&P 500 index fund, FNILX. This is a young fund. It's not even around for 10 years. I think we're going on year 9 now. So right now its life is 14.79. Usually mutual funds are trying to hit anywhere from 10 to 12%. So let's just be conservative and call this 10% instead of that 14. However, now if you're going out there and you're looking at different accounts that are out there, not even just on Fidelity, but Charles Schwab or Vanguard, and you look and they say life and they have this amount and it's past 10 years, yeah, you probably can go with the life. This one, just in this case, it's a zero interest. They just started. It's doing decent for a zero interest account. So, wouldn't complain. I'm just going to put it at 10%. All right. So now that I have my interest rates for this example, I want to dive into the future value equation. So some of the key facts that we're going to need to know is, well, how much money are you going to be putting in each payroll extrapolated over a year, which would be 26. I'm using a biweekly payroll. I think that's the most common. Weekly would just be multiplying this by 2. I mean, don't think about it too hard. Just take your money, break it down bi-weekly, and put it in here. So let's say we put in $85, which is $2,210. So each bi-weekly pay period, we're going to put in $85. I think that's I think it might be achievable. Hold back on eating out a couple times, and maybe we can get that. Now, years until retirement. 65 is over here because of the math. So if you just put your age in on this section here, so 36, it'll tell you, hey, you got 29 years left until retirement. Current savings. This is your retirement savings. So if you have something else like in your 401k, I wouldn't necessarily, maybe you want to pull that in, that's great, you can, but this is just what this is your savings. So let's just put this at $20,000. Okay, $20,000. We go ahead and change this. There we go. All right. Oops, I should probably change that too. There we go. So now we're going to come down here to the future value formula. So I put it in already, and I've set it up for you essentially, but let's walk through it. Because if you don't know how to get it, I want to explain how to get it too, in case you want to do it yourself on another Google Sheet. You type in equals FV, and then you put a parentheses. This is going to give you rate, number of periods, payment amount, present value, and then when the annuity is due, end or the beginning. Now, default's always going to be end. I don't think I've ever seen a beginning annuity due, so wouldn't even worry about that. Just put it at the end. Rate, that's your interest rate. So that's where I've got it set up. So now where my interest rate is, it's going to pull in up here underneath interest. Number of periods. In our case, we're looking towards retirement. You can use this formula for anything else. Maybe you just want to save for 10 years for a big vacation. You can figure out what your money's going to be worth in 10 years from now and if you can go to Spain or not. But for instance, we're going to use retirement. So we're going to pick 65. If your retirement's a different one, you can do that. The next thing we're going to do is the payment amount. So the payment amount is going to be the yearly amount. So if we deducted $85 biweekly payroll, that yearly amount is $2,210. And then my present value is this $20,000. Now I put over here, I'm going to go ahead and back this out. I put over here negative because in my formula, that's where I keep the negatives. So that way then it just makes it easier to read on the spreadsheet. So now I know that even though these are both going to be negative for the future value formula, I'm going to keep them positive here. Not to be confusing. Remember, money doesn't have to be complicated. We're just going to keep it positive here and make sure everything looks positive and not have to worry about it. So my periods is going to be this portion over here, 29. My payment is this, 2,200, and my current savings is 20,000. So that's going to be static across everything here. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab it so we can see it. Payment, this. Now there's faster ways to do this, but we'll just do it like that. So now that I have this in place, we can see immediately what the difference of the accounts are and why this might not necessarily be the best strategy for growing money at all in comparison to these other accounts that are out there and available. Now, there might be somebody who might say, well, FDIC insured, this guarantees my money. Okay, if that's what you need it for, you need a guarantee, so be it. But we're talking about growing money for retirement. This just doesn't cut it. So let me explain why. So down here on line 23, I have what the value is going to be in the future. $84,000, $683.50. This is the total amount deposited based on the number of periods, the current savings, and your payment. You've only made $593 on this. So if you're using this to save for, if you're using this as a retirement vehicle to save for retirement, it might not get you there. You got $593. There you go. Now, high yield savings account, I've heard arguments for this too. I mean, great, jump all forward. I mean, it's definitely a lot better than 593. It's 100,000. So that's at least decently helpful. Maybe, and this is just talking out loud, maybe you get to retirement and then you want to move things over to high yield, a little bit more security, and you still get a little bit of growth. That's kind of understandable. It beats inflation a little bit. Inflation, you will typically see at a 3% rate. So maybe that's something you do later on. But again, this is a vehicle for retirement. Where are we headed? you'll see that in your brokerage account, in your mutual fund, this is where just a lot of growth is happening at 10% target, $561,000 for retirement. Wow. Now that feels more like it's setting you up for success in your retirement than these two. But at the same time, it all goes back to your risk tolerance. I hate saying that at the same time, but it really does when you think about it. Like maybe somebody is over here because they don't want to be over here, and that's okay. I'm not saying it's the end of the world. It does stink when you look at the bottom line. You see only $593 have been gained in 29 years. But this is all about really comprehending future value, time value of money, the exponential growth that comes through interest rates and compounding interest. And seeing the brokerage right here, it's a no-brainer that this one, even though it has the highest risk, it also has a lot of reward, and that your return on investment's at $561,000. And now, why I'm going to be giving this out in the description for free for anybody to go in and take a look at and download themselves, is now this gives you the opportunity to go do your own research. Now you can go out, you can look at these different accounts, understand your own risk tolerance, your own ability for risk, or even if you have a financial advisor, discussing it with them intellectually so that then you can help build your own financial plan for your future and really break it down. And that's where, let's say you wanted to play around with your biweekly payroll, maybe you can put $150. Wow, it changes drastically, an extra $200,000 right there. So maybe you want to double it again. Boom, $1.2 million. So just an idea to understand how putting a little bit of money away now in perspective grows that into the future for your retirement. And depending on your principle and your values, you might not want to put that much away, and you might be just more comfortable with 85, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. All in all, I do hope that as you've seen this tool and this vessel of future value, I hope I made it a little simple for you, and that you'll be able to dive in and go do your own research and understand financial planning a little bit deeper. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. There's going to be more videos like this where we just break it down in Google Sheets, and just for understanding of that money doesn't have to be complicated. It's just math, and Google Sheets helps us understand that math better and puts nice little dashboards out there where we can see the different growths. And so really hope that, if you have your own opinions on different accounts out there, we can share them. We can be more open to understanding and growing with one another in financial planning, and make sure that we all, when we get to that finish line, have the financial resources we need in order to retire well and use our money well with that fiduciary responsibility. Well, thank you for joining us, and looking forward more to come. Again, like, comment, subscribe. Looking forward to talking with you all in the comments. Thanks.